I'm Bhavedhir V. Bhardwaj. Welcome to episode 15 of Genesis of Tomorrow. The following is a conversation about space science, flying aircrafts, mission designing, death, and more with Dr. T. N. Suresh Kumar, a retired ISRO scientist, also a pilot and the first Indian scientist to fly to the edge of space. He has traveled underwater to Antarctica, deserts, and active volcanoes, all while contributing immensely to the Indian space research science and space science in general. Also, folks, 86.1% of you watching this have not subscribed yet. So, if you're able to derive even the slightest bit of value from the show, please support us by clicking that subscribe button so that we can keep improving the quality of the episodes and keep on bringing such wonderful guests over for you. And now, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Enjoy and thank you. You have been at the depths underwater, you have been at the heights of the skies, right? You are a scientist, you're a person who is thorough with the workings of space and technology, and you skydive and you traveled more than 186 countries. I mean, I think it would be an understatement to say that Tom Cruise probably takes a page or two out of your book,
It's like 10 more to complete the whole world. And
right?
okay, let me introduce. I'm Dr. T. N. Suresh Kumar, senior space scientist from ISRO. And then my journey in ISRO is way back 1978. I mean, from the very first communication satellite, I am there. And I'm involved in more than 32 mission operations of INSAT, GSAT, INSAT, and also set up a lot of stations for the American people also in India, like a G American station, and so on. Okay, that is my professional background. Apart from that, I'm a 90% practical, 10% theory man. Means if I want, if I see, it's not like that we design a system and all. If I want to really know, I want to really feel myself how to go in a big 29 and experience the speed of this one, no, like a 2.2 max speed, and then get the G of 7 or float in the zero gravity. So I am always feel in my life that I must relish and experience what we read. So that's how my life journey started. So, for example, most of us in school and all, we might have studied that what is Dead Sea. It seems if you go and fall in that, you know, you sink. So how is it possible? Or you might have seen what is icebergs. Icebergs size of some 77 kilometers. You know, single piece ice floating. How that flotation formula works? Is it really true? Or jungles of Amazon, jungles of Africa? How it is there? How people are living? This type of curiosity, this type of scientific temperament in me is started taking all over the world. So that's how I became a scientist by profession and teacher by giving the talks in AITs, NITs, in engineering, even schools. So what we learned, we have to give back. This is what I learned from my guru and Dr. Abdul Kalam sir, with pranam to him. So that's what I want to be. First, you should be a good human being, enjoy life, and teach what you know. I'm not saying that I'm Newton or I'm not Einstein. I'm just an ordinary man, come from very, very ordinary background, a lower middle class family background. If a person of my caliber can do all those things, what you said, that whether going to space, edge of space, or a zero gravity, more than 160, 186 countries, 9 or 10 more to complete the whole globe. So anyone can do. Why anyone? All of you can do much more than this. On that day, I would like to sit and then watch your achievement, and I consider that is my most luckiest day in my life. So that's how I take my life.
I don't want to dive into these singular aspects of your journey, but before that, to set a context for the audience, how crucial is science and technology, especially space science and technology, with regard to advancement of humanity, but also in the geopolitical domain?
You see, basically, a scientist always thinks that whole world is mine. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Means, matlab, whole world is mine. For example, like you, if you take Johann Solak, who has invented these polio drops. Again, if he said that I will keep mujhe rakh dega, for me only I'll keep only for my family, all of us langda hote the. Means all of us lost our legs and then polio attack. Did he do that? Okay. Or coronavirus. See, those coronavirus vaccination, those who invented, if they kept it, no, we'll not give to anybody. We'll keep it ourselves. All of us were dead today. The scientific community always think that we are all together. So, in fact, what we did after manufacturing, we sent first to the African third world countries. Oh, please send them. They cannot afford. This is a kind of scientist thing. As any scientific person thinks that whole world is mine. All of us brothers. That's the reason when we do a lot of work, we try to give to the whole world. Not that we want to keep. We are not business people. We are not movie stars. We are not sports stars. We want whole world to be there. How many people know about Amitabh Bachchan? How many people know about Rajnikant? How many people know about Virat Kohli? But how many people know Abdul Kalam Sahab? Can you just go and ask? How many people know the Satish Dhawan, Professor Satish Dhawan, or Yashpal? Or it's really we don't bother for the name. We want whole world to be good. Whether it's India, outside India, anywhere. The scientific community always think that we are all together. We want to work together and for the betterment of the society. So, for example, you see, we have now we have WhatsApp, we have video conference. So beautiful. You see, this was in ages back. If you might have, I don't know, whether you're a very small boy, maybe you ask your parent. There was a channel, only one channel used to come called Rama and Mahabharata. I don't know whether you have seen or not. Way back, about some 20 years back, you may be too young. So we used to say that Rama is sitting in Bhulokam and Krishna is sitting in Devalok, and then oh, baat karte the. Means they were talking. It's nothing but a teleconference. So video conference. Are we not doing now? Right now you're doing. I'm talking to you. You're somewhere. Here. I'm here. So this is all the technology. Science always comes out with a new idea. Okay, a technology convert that into a reality. So science and technology always go hand in hand, go together. Okay, so if a scientist comes and I want to do some research and I want to know the in-depth knowledge about the sun, so he says, no, I want to know these are the measurements I will do. A scientist come, but the technologist, like in hand, he find out what kind of thermal system I have to use. Is it my spacecraft can go and burn out in that temperature? What type of propulsion system I should use to take all the way to 150 million kilometers, millions of kilometers? How it can go? What kind of batteries I should use? What kind of power system I should do? What is the temperature, thermal system? So like this, the technologies always start working to meet the demands, meet the spec of a scientist's imagination. So when we go together, then we come up with some solution. It's not that the benefit, the technological benefit, not for the scientist alone. First, we distribute to the common man. That's how the life of a scientist is there. That's how we go. Anything else you want to ask? Are you
Um,
enjoying?
I am very much actually. uh, Tell me about this a little more. This particular aspect that you mentioned. You have had very intensive experience in planning and designing and curation of a mission. What all goes in that boardroom while all these scientists, all of you are sitting there and discussing how we are going to achieve a particular objective? How do you curate and build and establish a plan, a strategy, and make sure that it's implemented correctly, and are also able to cater to the unpredictable variables and uncertainties?
Yeah, you see what happens is when we take a mission, it cannot be a single person. See, there was a day way back, few hundred years of back. People used to make some small invention. They should patent. It's mine. It's mine. Thomas Alva Edison or Tesla. It was only a single subject they were doing. When you are talking about a complex, like yesterday we landed Proba, three of ESAs, so it's very complex. It cannot be done by one person. It's a team. So ISRO is a team. ISRO is a family. ISRO is a what you call cumulative power. So like that when we start together only we can achieve this. It's not that one if you take a rocket or a spacecraft satellite, it's very complex. It's not cannot be done by one person. One person can contribute about a less than a percent of a total project. Not even less than maybe 0.02, 0.3%. Means Somebody is expert in orbit, somebody is expert in battery, somebody is expert. So when we bring all together, then the whole project will take place. So that means it's very, very complex. And if, for example, one satellite has to go, where it has to go, it's a big work will take place before. There's a big think tank of all senior people. Why are we doing this, Aditya? Why are we doing Chandrayaan? Why are we doing, what is the idea behind it? Is it worth spending so much of crores of rupees? More than is worth spending man hours of scientific man hours for so many years, so many days, so many things. So research involved. So it's a big teamwork. For all this thing, there is some top brains. It will be there. They are called the domain knowledge people. They will be in total domain. See, for example, I'll give a small example for the viewers to understand. Like a marriage. So there will be one event manager. He will be knowing everything about the event. When, what should come. See, when the pan has to come, when the tambulam has to come, when the sweet has to come, when the flower has to come, when the garland has to come, when the shamiana has to put. Okay, so that is sequence. Everything is called the mission operation. When we are doing mission, when it should take place, what it should go, what it should open, when the sun shield should open, satellite should come, what speed it should come, where the orbit. All is very complex. Hundreds of scientists work together. Ultimate aim is to put the satellite and give the benefit to the common man, like a internet or a television or a voice or anything and everything. Okay, so this is the concept. It's like a project. It involves a lot of people, a lot of brains. When I say only scientist, it's not so. Only you need even a driver is equally given importance in ISRO. See, when a mission operation takes place, all the 10, 25 scientists has to be at that time and the console at that time is it is his duty to put them in there and the right place. So that means every individual is given equal importance in ISRO. Okay. Suppose a canteen person, when we are in full tension, cannot get out and all, will be watching the, monitoring the every part of the satellite, how is temperature, how is speeds, what is happening. So we cannot go out. So some boy will come and give a refreshment like a coffee or no. He's also equally important. By one cup of coffee, one cup of water, it regenerates our thing and we start. So that is why when you say project, every individual important, like a link. Big chain is there. One link breaks, the chain will not work. So that link means we give importance to the every individual. That is the idea of any project to be successful. It's a teamwork.
Well, I think one aspect that I am very compelled to touch upon is your childhood. With this scientific curiosity and curiosity in general of yours, is this something that you have been harboring since you were a child? And how has your childhood experiences in regard to scientific explorations and expositions shaped
Okay.
your future and experiences now?
Okay, let me be very frank because I told you, I'm very honest and I want to be truthful. I want to be, I'm a 90% practical, 10% theory. Means unless I prove it, I will not. I am, see, there's nothing like, people will cook up a story based after achieving something. So that is, in my opinion, my school of thinking says it's not so. What I'm saying, I am an ordinary man, come from ordinary family. See, we all gone to job was the first criteria for us way back 45 years. Nothing like some people say after becoming something. Oh, I dreamt it when I was small boy up to 2 years old. No, I don't want to give. I am just got my education done and then went to ISRO. There was nothing like satellites at a time. It was very, very primitive. We were two beginners. Although we have a great scientist, then we were started from scratch, zero. Okay, so that was our starting point. So God was so kind, okay, so kind that I got an opportunity to work with a great brains of our India, like Brisharati, Rambhadran, Yashpal sir, Abdul Kalam sir, and Satish Dhawan sir. I call them as my God, like a guru, Acharya Deva Bhava, we call. See, they're equal to my God. So I got an opportunity, and then luckily the ISRO was start taking funds for good, and technology was advanced. In fact, we undergone a lot of problems, lot of hurdles, lot of our satellites has failed, a lot of rockets have failed. It has gone to water. We have not lost our hopes. We start doing step by step, step by step, step by step. from one transponder, two transponder. We started learning from the ESA. We are learning from America. Now we are launching for NASA. We are launching for ESA. Today, yes, just yesterday. See what happens. We must go in. If you have a learning attitude, there is open is there. You always welcome the idea. So like that is my journey started like that and started working. And just because I'm a senior most scientist, I don't want to say that I dreamt when I was small boy. No, I will. I am very honest. I went. The job was the more criteria those days. I don't know. You can talk to your parents. They will say, we want to get some food, some food. That was the first aspect. Later, God was willing to give me the opportunity to work in such a space technology. We were got into India's prestigious project. So that's how my journey started. First, I went to Ahmedabad for the sake of food. You don't know. I went for a job of 700 rupees, 766 or 800 rupees was my first salary. So that's how my journey has started because we wanted something full. Then later, what happened? We got a job, stability has come, and then funds were there. We were able to do a good experiment. So I'm ever grateful to the government of India and then ISRO because if you give me opportunity to go to a temple and then ISRO, first I'll go to ISRO, then we'll go to temple. That's the amount of like love and affection I have. And I applied only one application in my life and retired. I did not. I got so many chances. Even today they're asking me, but I somehow like my country, my ISRO. So like that, my journey started because of my scientific temperament. Why it is happening? What is happening? Curiosity. So you start expanding my brain. So then started seeing the world. Why it is happening? See, what is aurora borealis? What is northern lights? Why it is happening? So this has taken me to all over. So I just came back about I think 10 days back. I was on a big tour to Africa, and all my tours are wherever I go is scientific, 100% scientific. And I give explanation. I give this one. What is it? Even some people may not knowing. So, like for example, I was in a Bangi, that is the Central African Republic. There's a magnetic anomaly. Why it happens? So this type of thing make me a different person. I like my life, means research and then curiosity to know more and more. And whatever I learn, I want to give to youngsters, particularly youth of India. They are the future of our country and the future of the entire globe. That's how my life is there.
No, it's your work and your dedication to scientific endeavors. ISRO selecting you to go to space was a testament to it. And probably talking about this a little more, the flight in the mid 80s itself, 1980s, the flight was cancelled after the explosion of the Challenger space shuttle in 1986. What was going inside your head at that time?
Very interesting. You see, that one, let me explain. See, in 1984, Rakesh Sharma was sent to on a Russian mission from Air Force. Okay. Then Professor Rao and the top brass of ISRO, they thought we should send one person from ISRO to NASA. We can put the satellite as well as that was some idea was there. So then almost 800 plus 870 or something scientists from all over India was asked to apply, and then they started screening stage by stage from 7 8 stages. Finally, they shortlisted. I was one of the shortlisted person. Fine. I was also like any one of you. I was dreamt to become a known person in the whole world. But my fate or a God decision that it has stopped because the third flight we are supposed to go, he exploded and then killed seven scientists from all over the world. So then NASA said that no, we will not take any foreigners and we will abandon the program for some time. So if that would have happened, I was the youngest person to go to space. Because before that, there was one 26 years, 10 months when Saudi princess flew into the NASA's space shuttle. I was just 26. So because that has not happened, today I had to give my introduction. Otherwise, you would have known like Amitabh Bachchan, Tendulkar, Suresh Kumar, or Rakesh Sharma. Because that has not happened, I had to work for 40 years to come and sit in front of you in this forum. So then what happened? It was a great disappointment in life. And in fact, this is why I'm telling this. Most of the youngsters will And these days they go to depression and all these things. So for them to motivate them, we can say, this is one example I want to give. When that had happened, I also got disappointed. I used to get up in the night, and I used to see that explosion. Well, in fact, I troubled a lot of nights for my wife also, because I used to get up and down. So one fine day, like some nearly 6, 7 months, I took to come out of that, because a great opportunity to go to space at that age was still low, because that was hot blood, no, at that age there, like you. So then one fine day I took, okay, it's all right. I'm not able to go to space. Those days, going to space was very expensive, and also only two countries had the technology, either Russia or America. We were two, 84, we just learning the satellites and all. Very, very primitive. Okay, ISRO, I'm telling you. So then one fine day I took, okay, I cannot go to space. Okay, no problem. You cannot stop me to go to any part of the earth that is in my hand. So that is what I, so I took a decision that I'll go. Then I told my wife that we can do. But she's after all a typical Indian wife. She said she know it's very difficult to go to all over the world. She did not disappoint me. She said, okay, okay, we'll try. See, that is the first day in my life which changed my life. If I am known as a planet man, maybe after completing, they're all because of that day and that my wife she has changed me. Then then after some time she told to make me cool, and then we starting. It looks interesting. Okay, can go all over the world, but is it feasible? Do we have sufficient money? At the time we are getting only 2,000 rupees like salary. So I'm talking about 40, 50 years. 2,000 was very big amount on that day, but it was still a dream of going to all over the world. It's not. Then one fine day, I told that we can do it. If we have will, we can do anything. So although we are not able to make satellite, a day will come, we'll go to Mars. A day will come, we'll go to Aditya. That's what our vision, the intuition, the dream that which was not allowing us to sleep. So that kind of thing as we started putting in our brain. Then 15 years consecutively we start saving the money, saving this one. So like by 15 years we had sufficient money and also sufficient leave we protected, and then start saving the world and never turn back. Never turn back. Now I'm going to make another 8 to 10 countries. It's difficult. If I make, I'm going to be the planet man on Earth, the only person in on Earth, not India, only person on Earth who has traveled from the Pandubi, that is from the bottom of the ocean, that is submarine, on the seabed, on the scuba, on the cruises, on the air, on the zero gravity, on the skydiving. So up to edge of space and zero gravity. So this is what all the continents, all the countries. So an ordinary man from India, an Indian, an ordinary Indian, don't say Suresh Kumar, an Indian is able to do it. Means any one of you can do and you should do it. This is how my life started. What was disappointment, I converted to a possibility of success.
Really profound. And I'd say that even though you weren't able to go to space in that first attempt, you did the utmost and were able to go to the very edge of space, as they call it. Tell me about that entire journey. Like, you flew into a MiG 29. What was the training process? What was going around when you were piloting that jet into the stratosphere, and the entire experience?
Okay, I see what happened. Although the idea of going to space was there in my mind, but it was not practical because I had no money. Okay, I had to either I go through department or I had to go myself. So department means there are too much of formalities because two countries has to accept and then too much money involved. Now we are doing Gaganyaan project. No, we are just training people. No, that's like that. There are a lot of formalities. Not that easy. Then I thought it's my dream. I'll die without going to space. So then slowly, when I start doing, people start observing me, and then I used to take pictures with white men at that time, long back. I want to have a picture. Now the things are different. They change. When they said, Dr. Kumar, can we have a picture with you? How the things have changed. I was telling you that. So then, when the people all over the world, we travel forums and the travel clubs and like MTP, most travel people, they all said that there is an opportunity. The Russia is making a government to travel. Why don't you try? In 2006, I called them and then tried to them. At that time, it was they told 47 lakhs something it has come Indian equivalent rupees. Then I said, I'm sorry, I am I am not Amitabh Bachchan's son or Adani's son or Ambani's son. I cannot afford. I'm sorry, sir. I cannot. Then I thought again it will go. I'm going to die with the dream. Then slowly, after 8 to 10 years, then uh, it is number of people start going, and the amount has come down. I think even the petrol rate, all this, no, whatever the fuel rate, everything has come down. So it has started coming down. It has come to almost like $20,000. Then that's equivalent to say about Indian rupees on that day. I'm talking on that day. It was around 15 lakhs, about 10 years back, 2014. That is affordable. Then I talked to my wife. She said, "Okay, do it, no problem." See, these are the things we should learn from Indian spouse, who encourage. See, it's not that. See, 15 lakhs rupees is spent in 48 minutes. 15 lakhs rupees in 48 minutes. And then you are putting your life into risk. You may die. You have to write an indemnity bond. You have to get trained. So you should technically qualify. And health wise, you have to qualify. Then all documentation should meet. And then 6 months, they will find out the background check. Why? Because we are doing this in a so-called airbase of Russia. Because very sensitive area of Russia. We have to get prepared ourselves. All documentation is perfect. You understand my point? So they verify everything, and there's so many screenings are there, and they will do it. And then physically fitness should be there, and you should have scientific temper. They will train you. There is nothing to worry. See, because all when you go up and up, there's no left, right, and up and down is not there. All that they will train like 90-degree curve, 90-degree curve, or 9 o'clock positions. So all these things, what type of you should do, what type of mask, when you face any problem. So all training they will give, and they'll test you are medically fit. Then we are going. So all these things happen because of the grace of God and the blessing from every Indian. I'm able to go. And more important, please record this and keep it. More important, I would like to tell all the viewers, taking Indian flag, taking my mother photo on some other country on August 15th, and then going to space and telling their Antariksha Shanti is something miracle in my life. I cannot forget in my life. On some other country taking my flag, on some other soil taking my mother photo, some other place going the mid. So on August 15th, that is on Independence Day, celebrating was amazing. So I feel that whether somebody recognizes me, somebody, मेरा जीवन सफल हो गया. Understand? For having born in India, I have done something to my country. This is how the journey started.
a a little about your this supposed system of yours in your that you found in your family, maybe your parents or your wife. Tell me a little more about it, because going through that journey when you almost lost your dream to again getting back up and then grasping it with your arms open, and now finally you are on the cusp of completing it by making yourself that household name, so to speak, the planet man, as you termed it. What role, in explicit detail, tell me about what role your family has played in this entire
Yeah, you see,
process.
basically, the greatest uh, strength, I can say strength in me is perseverance. I will never give, never give up, never give up in my life. I will try to do, I will try to do, I try to do, I try to. If I don't find this one, I'll try the other part. So this is the greatest strength I have. Because that is the reason I'm able to fulfill all my dreams. See, suppose some countries they are not getting how to go, what to go. If not, I'll try to find some other method. So somehow I'll see that I reach my peak. So this is the one aspect everybody should have. That is in me built in. And then I will tell the youngsters that so many times we'll have dream. I want to become a scientist. I want to become a doctor. I want to become. So they give up after 3 years, 2 years. That is what the mistake happens. So that's why Thomas Alva Edison, what he says, most of the time we reach almost there and we give up. And when we come back and see, only we were only 20% left, 80%. So 80% you reach, not possible to come back. Actually, 20 more if you put, you would have reached your target. So this is really highly applicable to me, and then I adopted in my life. Never give up. Try to do as much as possible. Afterwards, only think of blessing from God or anybody. You must put your effort. There is no replacement for hard work. So then when I'm doing this, and then my family was very helpful, especially my wife. And then she's also a scientist. She worked with me in ISRO. So together we work in same office. So she's able to understand my abilities, and she never discouraged me. So this is one thing. And then when when I come up with proposal, she knows that I do a lot of framework. I'll not just like it's not a movie. It's not a movie. I take life in reality. Is possible to do it? How to do it? See, Tom Cruise. So many people, Tom Cruise. When you see in Top Gun, no, it's only he is not gone. Everything is done in laboratory. Okay, and when we go ourselves going at the speed of 2.2 Mach, G forces of 7. So it is something on Indian. Yeah, it's not something. Some American and having a background of a big businessman. Not there. One Indian ordinary family, hand to mouth family. My parents were both of them are school dropouts. My father was a pandit in a small, mandir, just in a small temple. My mother is a housewife. She has not even gone to school. Such a background. So why I'm telling this? I will deviate for a second. Some people, whenever I meet, when I go outside, they see my passport and then foreigners will take a picture. Then I used to ask, why you are taking picture? You're all, no, Dr. Kumar. What we are seeing is an Indian going to 186 countries far achievable, far appreciable. Because I have a passport of UK, I can go to 180 countries without any visa. Means going from Guwahati to Delhi, Delhi to Karnataka, Karnataka to Maharashtra. That is not something great. An American passport holder can go to 180 countries, 160 countries free. No money. But an Indian, even going to a small country like Burundi, which is smaller than a small area of Delhi, not even Delhi, they also ask 5,600 rupees money, and also they ask too much of documents. So how do you have this much patience? It's very hard, I know. See, if recently some girl has done from America, they don't need to have any visa. Simply they will be traveling. What is great about that is one point. Second important point, number one. Point number two, being a professional, a scientist, going is not. I'm a backpacker. I don't have any. This I can sleep anywhere. I can whether take bath or not. I can go anywhere. That is a backpacker. No commitment in life. So day-to-day life is there. There's the responsibility is there. No, I have to go fulfill the governmental miss my job. At the same time, do this pursue my ambition. These two things making is very tough job. So we want to take the pictures of your this one passport. Each page they will take and they enjoy so many stickers. You see, ours only some stamp is there. So they like that they say that. See, who does is important. So I'll give one more example for a common man. Uh, Amitabh Bachchan is great because he came from 300 rupees. Rajinikanth is great. He came as a conductor. Like whereas his son or Satyanuga son, they have been directly inducted as a hero. Okay, they came from step. So we always say that the person taking 35 marks, if you make him to get 70 marks, it's achievement. And not that person who is taking only 92, make him 93. So this is how we compare. So when we see that our background with our country's economy, see, I told once, sir, I am 85 rupees down. I mean, $1, 85 times low. And still I'm able to come with you and do it. I am not a big deal. So when we explain that, they start taking pictures. This gives me happiness as an Indian. Okay.
What training went into you being finally able to go into that zero gravity flight? Because was
Okay.
there some astronaut training? How was it
Yeah.
different from a training that you undertook for being a pilot?
Okay, fine. See, what happens is whenever you are going to space station, ISS, after leaving some height, you start losing the gravity. That is gma by r square. As you go higher and higher, the gravity of force will keep coming down. You start floating. Okay. When you do that, your mind get into confusion because the day you born from your mother's womb, your mind start calculating how much is the lift power required, how much is standing power required, how much. So it all programmed in your brain. Okay. So your brain knows that I have to lift a cup of water or I lift a bucket of water. It calculates and do it. So suddenly, when you put it to a different environment, suddenly I take you and put it in a Sahara desert. Okay. From next 10 seconds, I will put you in icebergs of Greenland. Your body get confused. Okay. So like that, it assumes that where what is happening. So for that we have to train the brain that suddenly now Sunita is there from so many days. No, she has been trained. So even though it is not first time, she has gone. But her mentally she is becoming weak. That is why whole health is becoming weaker and weaker. The day when she went, you see her face. Now you see her face there. Because mentally she thought I'm going only for a week or 3-4 days and come back. Okay, maximum 3-4 days. But when mind says that, no, you don't know when you're going back, you get into mentally sick. Not that you're insane. So suddenly you get confused what to do, what. So that will try to bring down your processor capabilities. When the processor is down, the automatically physical body will come down. Okay, that is brain. So now for that, what we do, we go so many times, we get train, come back. So body can understand. It's acclimatization, some sort of body to make understand this how it is there. Then only we are be sending to the real astronaut. Okay, we have to undergo this. Either they send you on the aero lab and then give you the zero gravity feeling, or you can be tested in ground also on a water. There are different types of testing. After so many times going, like for example, a pilot is there, a big, expensive crores of rupees aircraft cannot be given to you straight away. So they will take how many flying hours you have, means how many times you have done. So slowly they'll train you. You become co-pilot, then you go for some time. Then only they'll hand over that such a expensive vehicle with so many people, passengers, very valuable. So that's how the train. So this is the zero gravity flight is one type of test, is experience. So many times when you go, then it's a part of a training for any astronaut. Okay, that's one thing. Now, I am not astronaut. I cannot go because I have to experience. I'm a common man. So then Russia is having this facility. You can go and pay money, and then all your medical tests is done. They will also train you. They will tell you it's not that. If you are not qualified medically unfit, they'll send you back. They take some 10% and 20% send you back. Means it's not that I have money, I can go. One thing. It's not that I'm rich, I'm very healthy, I can go. So many factors are there. You should also have, see, because they are all Russians. We are English. So we cannot understand their language. Even though they speak English, we cannot understand because of the accent. You understand my point? So I talk, you understand. Same thing, suddenly if you talk to an Englishman or any of the European, their accents are different, the words are different. Like we say city, they say downtown. So that different type of things is there. So it's an example I give. So like we say football, there's soccer. Suddenly we need to have that wide understanding. Then only the words will change. And then when you get into problem, suddenly there's a danger, execute. That means you might have seen, if you are not seen, please note down, behind the enemy lines. Behind the enemy lines, one movie is there. Behind the enemy lines. You see, in that what happens, when you are going such a speed, as you go up and up, sometimes it can explode. Whole aircraft can become into pieces. Then seat ejection system, our seat will automatically open up, and then propulsion system will throw you, open the bonnet, and then throw you into space. And then out sometime you don't know where you are going, and then parachutes will open. We have no control. Slowly comes, and it's not like maneuverable parachute. You go and land somewhere. Okay, and then we have a transmitters here. The transmit signal will be monitored by the medical team. They'll come for rescue. So these are the things you should mentally prepare. It's not a jolly ride. It's not like going in an airplane and come back. So mentally should be very strong to take risk. You should be ready to die, and then ready to thrill, and then your body should cooperate, mind should cooperate. All this stuff, then only can do this. So that is why whole world, when I did only 250 people in the world, only 250 people have done. I think it's 258. I am my number. So this was an advantage for me. So that's why MTP people recently. I'm not doing anything to record. I want to, like a British or a Germans. They have got. I want to do first. I'm not doing anything. I'm an ordinary Indian. This fourth time I'm telling. I always keep telling that to keep myself down, to not to add ego into my mind. See what happens is when I start doing one by one, slowly becoming records. Okay. So when I start doing that MTB person, sir, only 250 people have gone into space. People might have traveled all over the world, but you have that plus point. People have not gone to zero gravity. You have that plus point. People have not gone to all the continents. You have that plus point. You have got chance to go. See, you being a scientist, you are able to go. These are all the plus point. With this, you can represent your case. You will get this. Then only they said You go for a Planet Man award. If you get, it's fantastic. I'm bringing more than me. I bring my India's name first. That is important. You might have seen everywhere I'm taking Indian flag with me. Wherever I go, I take Indian flag. See, it is like more than a passport for me. Interesting, no?
Talk
Something different type.
talk to me a
Proceed.
little about your underwater endeavors. How is it being feet and feet into the ocean, inside a submarine even? Like how does that all feel and work?
See, what happens actually, it is a totally a different world. Undersea is different world. What you see on top, what you not there. You cannot breathe. You need to have your own scuba system, with breathing system. And then to go down, you see corals, you see different fishes, and then it is totally different. So normally when you swim, you'll be there for maximum 35 seconds, 40 seconds, and then come back. So only if you want to stay for a longer time, you have to have an experience of going in a submarine. So when you go in submarine, when you go down, you see the day altogether different. Like staying about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it's not that easy, without support system. So this is one thing, going in submarine. Second thing is, as a scuba diving, you go, so it is a different experience. Without the enclosure, you're going with a swim and this one, you also need some courage. It's not, anybody can do scuba. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. People who do not know swimming also can do it. Some breathing exercise they will teach you. If you can do it, do it. But it's a different world, totally different world. You see the corals, you see the different fish, and then so many things in the starfish. It gives you some sort of happiness. And also we can walk. You can put the dome, the oxygen support. You can walk on the base of the seabed. This is all something different. So this underwater world is different, space is different. So in Indian mythology, whatever, Atala Patala Patalam Antariksham Shanti Prithvihi Shanti. No, that means from Patal. Patal is the bottom of the ocean, and then Antariksha is the highest portion. All these things I am able to do. I am very, very grateful to the God and all people like you who bless me, who wish me, younger than me, who wish me. Without you, I cannot do anything. You are the people. Somewhere, sometime, after this interview, over a cup of tea with your friends. Sir, I am able to meet one person. He is done means I wish that he should complete. Like somewhere you give, this positive vibration. Somewhere you go and reach and gives energy. So I believe in very strong. More than God, I believe the human God. Daiva Manusha Rupena. Daiva is God, Manusha is Manushi, Rupena means the form. So when this whole thing come together, a person like me or anybody can do. There is some support is required. There is some encouragement required. So I am able to do it.
Everything that you've done, all of it, there has been an intrinsic underlying layer of the risk of death. Not that there isn't a risk of death anytime, there always is, but I
Yes.
believe after doing all this, you would have a better experience and idea about the conceptualization of this concept. What is your opinion and thoughts upon the entire conceptualization of death?
You see, firstly, without no pain, no gain, no risk, no adventure. You have to take risk. And then I am not telling that I'm a Superman, Spider-Man, and all those things with movie. I am a scientist. I put my scientific thoughts. I take a calculating risk. Definitely, every time I've taken risk. And then it's 1 hour is not sufficient Bharadwaj for me. You may need about 10 days to listen to my stories and all. I went to like Venezuela, and then we walk behind the waterfall. You have seen waterfall from top, sometimes from go top and see, and you can see like this is normal. But when the waterfall is happening, we walk behind the waterfalls. This Avatar movie was there, no, that digital movie. In that I have shown, but I have done it. So like I take risk, too much risk I take. And I went to a place called Chad to find out the rock formation. Chad is one country in Africa and very remote and very risky country. So I went there. I was denied to give the visa for that, and then I was asked to come to Delhi for interview. Then I asked, "What is it you are asking me to come to? There are 100 visas there, and do you think an Indian will go and settle?" No, no, sir, I want to say. And then I explained to her, why are you going to Chad? That was the question she asked in Delhi embassy. You're not American embassy. Why are you asking me to come to this one? Like that our department asked. He's a big scientist. He cannot come for the small interviews and all for this type of small country. No, no, unless he comes, I will not give, she said. Then, sir, she mana kar raha hai, you have to go. Then I went and I explained. Then she asked, why are you going? It is not what is Niagara Falls or a Eiffel Tower. Then I explained to her, there's a great place called NED Plateau, ENNEDI Plateau. There a lot of rock formation happened because of the katabatic winds of the desert. When the wind comes very high, the small granules of the sand will go and hit. So the rocks will form a shape. These shapes, if you can see my videos, and then this is my idea of going to research there. And it's shape of a elephant, shape of a champagne. How it can happen? There is no human being at all in that Sahara desert. Then she said everything okay. Then I said, still I will not give visa. Why, madam? I asked. If you are going like an executive like this, some Boko Haram or Al Qaeda people abduct you, not only you lose my job, it will become a country issue. I will not give visa. Then I promised her, I will not go like it. I'll go like a normal man. You see some of my videos, I go like a small backpacker or something like that. So not to say that I'm a space scientist or not, to avoid discovery. There's some risk is there, especially in Africa. Some countries very risky. You have to be very cautious, and then not only human risk, even the facilities are not there, and then medical risk. Something happens to you, how do you come back? You are in jungles of Amazon. Something happens to you, how do you come back? I'm not asking somebody attacks you. Some tiste, one mosquito tiste. I'll tell you experience that. I went to Angel Falls. From there, I'm from desert. I'm to the jungles now. See what happens is if something happens, to come back means they put all the tie like a turban like, and we have to put because then we almost 5 6 days we are in the desert, no bath, 3,400 kilometers in the desert, and then no bath, toilet in the nature toilet. This is our risk I'm taking, a lot of things. That is one thing. You come to the Venezuela, there's a angel falls there. You have to go in the jungles. In jungle, the night they will put you in a hammock to sleep in the jungle. They close you with a mosquito net. You cannot come out. Once you say that my dinner is over, till morning you cannot come out because there is this day one mosquito is there. If it bites, this much blood is gone. So some 5 10 continuous bite means your new date of birth is confirmed. That means you are going to die. So this type of risk also I take. So now it has become a habit. And then I don't know fear. I don't honestly. I don't know what is fear. At the age of 60, after retire, I jump. I will go to an airplane and jump, open the door. So much of this one, jump from there. Not I done at the age of 26. At the age of 60, after retirement, to show the world that age is not. It is just a number. If you, all these videos are there in YouTube, anybody, anytime, anybody can verify. And this is my power. My power is my videos. My power is my documentary. My power is the data. See, I have right. No need to worry. Everything is proof is there. This is the power. Proceed.
Social media is based upon for certain reasons and aspects, and fine, justifiably so at that. But another side of the coin, or the story, is that it is able to document these journeys and snippets of lives like yours for the mass audience, to inspire them to probably be able to do something that they never thought they would ever be able to. That
Yeah.
that scope of inspiration, right?
You see, what happens is I am not a YouTuber. I am not a YouTuber. I am not living on YouTube money. That is very clear. I never say, please subscribe my channel. Please, I never do. I am putting in YouTube right from few years. Idea is that even if I die, somewhere the data should be there. I am having a terabytes of data in my home, and then I don't ask somebody to do everything. I am an all-in-one person, one man army. I am a video editor. I am a photographer. I am a researcher. I'll do bookings myself. I'll do the visas myself. And everything is done by me. And then, for example, if I want to go to a place, I study for 2 months before. I am a team traveler. Okay, you understand team traveler? There are 5 types of travelers in the world. One is called the first one is education. Go for MS and all. IITs, NIT people do. Second goes for a business, like Gujaratis and all going business or Rajasthanis in Africa. Third comes medical. Those cannot get the medical place, they'll go. The fourth is the persons who go for, I don't want to use the show. They want to say that I have gone to like social media people, like Facebook people. You have not gone, I have gone. So they want to tell their peers that I have been to Niagara, you have not gone. I have been to Big Ben, you have not seen. That this is the 80%. So these are all some 3, 4, 5, 6%. Everybody will not go. But last 1% is there. They are called the theme travelers. They are only 2.8% in the whole world. 2.8% of travel. If you take a 5 crores people, hardly few countable number is the theme travel. Theme travelers are having a purpose for their travel. See, for example, now I went to Africa. Every country there is a purpose. Why I am going there? What is the reason? I went to a place called Sao Tome Principe. Even if you give, unless you have Google, you cannot find out that place. You understand? If you give a map, it is very difficult for you to find it. It takes some time because it is beyond the mainland of Africa. From Africa, you have to go inside the sea for 1 hour drive in the flight. So there's small island, very small island. Okay, there the confluence of latitude and longitude take place. The prime meridian from GMT, the line, and the equatorial line both will meet. That nobody has done. I became first Indian scientist to go there. So these are the things, some high risking taking and then taking challenges going. This is making me, I am known as a Mahayatri. My other name is Mahayatri. Mahayatrika means, Mahayatrika means it's a great traveler, great Indian traveler. If you type GIT Suresh Kumar, you find it. So I'm known as a great Indian traveler. So this type of thing, like so many risks I can give. 1 hour is insufficient, Bharatwaj. You need to talk to me at least 1 week. Oh, many channels like Easter Island, Easter Island. So you can, when you go to Google, you can see all many things are there. These are the things I take risk. I get happiness also. I get firing from my wife also sometimes. Why are you taking risk? My daughter said, no, no. Until we come back, we are pressurized here. Like they say that. Of course, my wife also traveled about 80 countries. My daughter traveled about 54 countries. Yeah, our family is a travel, this one. And then, why? What is this peninsula? What is Gulf? What is Isthmus? Why water is there? Why we don't have a volcano in India? Why so many volcanoes in Central America? So this type of questions making me to go away. This is why I want to tell youngsters, you have everything. God has given everything. See, if you are having all parts normal, you can see, you are everything. So I don't believe, I'm a scientist. I don't believe that their next life again will come back and all this bogus. I don't believe. Now you are got a life, and more than anything else, everything is God has given. Means you are able to talk, you are able to see everything. So even if you have next life, if you born, if you don't have legs, what you do? If you don't have eyes, what you do? You don't know. So this is a best life. You enjoy, and then every part of the world you enjoy. Don't indulge in small things and break your head. Some politician will do work, and cricket will do something. Movies will do. You derive your life. Enjoy this life. Again, God will not give. जिंदगी दोबारा नहीं मिलता है. No, they say like that. You should enjoy it. And then you mix with the people, love the people with a black, brown, white. It doesn't matter for me. I'll be in a five-star hotel with a full executive. Next day, I'll be in a backpacker cap and then go in a t-shirt with. Then only you'll enjoy. So this is what the message I want to give to youngsters.
There, I think we've just barely scratched the surface. But due to the paucity of time, I will pose this as the final question to you, and we can talk about different. We can have conversations again in the future. But for right now, what is your word to humanity at large?
Okay. You see, whether for me, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, whole world is mine. Okay, was it? And not only to you, whole world. I say wherever I go, so Vasudeva Kutumbakam. They ask me, sir, we take picture. Let me see. Like they will see the mobile. Very next day you are in a five-star hotel, and you are so executive. So many people are standing. You have bouncers. You have a gunman behind you. But next day you are in a small village like a Gambia and all. You are so they're so dirty. No, they're not looking good. You hug them. See, means it doesn't matter for me. Doesn't matter. Even I enjoy talking to an auto driver. I enjoy talking to a taxi driver. I enjoy talking to a panipuri wala. Next day, I'm talking to a minister. So it doesn't matter for me. All are human beings, whether it's American, whether it's German, it doesn't matter for me. So I just enjoy and tell them. Now, actually, they start recognizing. Always, it is one great psychology of a human being life. And everybody thinks I am great. Everybody thinks I am great unless he sees another great person. So a person who is having 10 crores, he thinks I am the richest. When he sees the person having 100 crores, he started coming down. So like that, when you start doing, so many people say, I have traveled 100 countries. I don't even tell. When they come to know that, automatically they start coming and I want to have a picture with you. It has happened so many times. So, and I am not doing that. I want to compete with them. I am just I told I myself branded. I am an ordinary man. So the ego point of view, I don't want to even enter in my. So when you get, you think that I am something. If you don't think I am something, then whole world is yours. So there is no word bad in this, in my dictionary. Lesser the good, I call it bad. There is only good, only good. Lesser the good, I call it bad. See, there is, if you are like this, if you have done, some person done a mistake, you go and talk to him, go to him, slowly understand. He might have had something. That's why he has done right. So that will not take. You only say yes done, yes done. If you try to, so like, you must love people. You must like this world. Again, we don't want to become a human being. The world, God has given this good life, enjoy, and humanity. You must love people. If you don't love people, don't live. Then you are putting the barricade yourself. Why do you think Chinese are bad? Why do you think blacks are bad? Why do you think whites are? Never think that. Every good people are there everywhere. Bad people are there everywhere. You can lose. You can be pickpocketed in New York, Bombay, or in Africa. It doesn't matter. So you need to maintain some basic safety. You'll fall. So if you start loving the people, nobody has troubled me in my life. People ask, you have been to Latin America, you've been to this country, then anybody robbed you? Colombia? No, nobody troubled me. They came, they friendship band, they take picture. People will understand it all in your, by your face, your talk. Even a dog, when it comes to it, won't bite if you're a common man. If you're cool, calm, it understand. See, that what I'm telling is, even a small kid, it can understand. So what I'm telling is, if you are clean, whole world is good. So I feel the world is ours. We should enjoy. We should only enjoy, and then love people. If you love people, everything looks easy. You know. That's what I want to tell. And last, as a academician, I want to tell, as an academic point of view,
Hmm, hmm.
when you don't know, when you don't compare yourself, God has been equally talented for you. If one of your peer gets good CGPA, you should not feel jealous. You should go and talk to him, sir. How do you able to get same school, same syllabus, same professors? How you are able to? Please let me. I want to be your student. When you go submit vidya dadati vinayam, when you start doing your opener, when you open it, you try to teach. That's how you grow, make whole world grow. And we all should live like a one family enjoy. Okay. This is what the message of. Thank you.
Dr. T. N. Suresh Kumar, thank you so very much for being on the show. And I'm 100% sure that all the viewers, whoever is watching this, listening to this, is going to be able to derive and take back with them immense value.